Hey guys, it's Lisa and welcome to my channel. So I picked up these large foam hearts at the Dollar Tree this year, and I thought I should be able to do something with them. Had my granddaughter Bristol to base paint them, and so she base painted them the color buttercream, and she just did one coat. I didn't worry about full coverage because most of them is going to be covered anyway. And I thought, since my friend Laura Jo sent me all this beautiful vintage lace, that I would put some of it to use on these hearts. So I'm just going to cover these. I tried decoupaging a couple of these and wasn't happy with the results at all. So these are going to get a really vintage look, and they'll work well for Valentine's Day. Obviously, that's what the hearts were sold for, but they're not going to be limited to that. And I do that a lot with Valentine decor because it's just such a short-lived holiday, and a lot of people don't even decorate for it anyway. So any decorating that I do for it, I like to be able to leave it out. So I'm just gluing these on, and my plan for this is once it's finished, it will somewhat resemble a pillow. So, and I'm going to make these where they'll hang. So I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to hang them, but in my she shack at the shop, I have an old ladder that hangs at the top of one of the she shack, and I'm going to somehow hang these down from that. So now I'm just kind of trying to decide where do I want my lace, and so this is just one of those that you just have to just kind of play around with it until you like the look that you get. And that's what I'm going to be doing on this. And all I'm doing throughout this video is just hot gluing things on. And like I said, this is just lots of vintage lace. So again, I'm going to be having to just play some music through a lot of this. But I'll just kind of take you through the process of how I cover these. Like I said, I got these at the Dollar Tree this year. So if your Dollar Tree has them in still, then that's where I did get them. So I almost regretted getting them when I first did, because I really wasn't coming up with anything other than decoupaging them. And then I thought, well, it looks like the shape of a pillow, so let's just go with that. And I was happy that I did, because I think it's going to look really neat hanging from the sheet shack. And I apologize if you're one of these people who like the Valentine colors of pink and red and sometimes purple. That was just not the look that I wanted here. And like I said, I wanted this to be able to be used afterwards. So I do think that the pink and red limit it. Although I did have some beautiful vintage pink ribbon that was gifted to me by Laura Jo. But I just didn't think it would work here. So I'll save that for some other shabby chic decor. Now here I just had to kind of play with this and get this to lay the way I wanted it to. And I'm going to cover that seam there up, or the edge, that raw edge, I'll cover it up with some other ribbon. So I'm just the idea here, and it works well with these doilies because there's so much give on them. So the idea was just to make it fit snug. So if you have an area that isn't laying down well, then just put a little hot glue under it, and it will kind of mold to the shape of your heart. So these are really easy to cover. And then my sister suggested putting some of my shabby roses on these, so I'm going to add some shabby roses and buttons and just kind of decide on what I'm going to do as I go. I don't have any specific plan here. I'm just adding things until I like the look that I get. And don't feel like you have to use a lot of expensive lace on these, because this one is just something that has been cut from probably a piece of clothing. And sometimes when I can't find the right piece, I do like I did here, and I just cut a piece of lace in a circle and just kind of pull at the end so that it kind of scrunches the ends up. That'll add some texture, and I needed some of this color. So like I said, if you don't have something, just make something just with a little scrap. I know I do a lot of these shabby roses, but I just really love how they look on the items that I do. And I may at some point do a video just on how to make different types of flowers. Now, I didn't mention that to start these roses, I just tie a knot in the end of a strip of fabric. You could use a strip of lace, but I'm just using a strip of fabric here. And I tie a knot in the end, glue that to the center, and then just keep wrapping and gluing. And I also twist kind of both ways as I'm wrapping. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless you and your family.